So what in your life has become better since you've become sober?
I wouldn't have a life without sobriety. So I guess everything in my life is because I'm sober. So it's just like, when you ask like an alcoholic that question, it's kind of like there is no life without sobriety. So everything.
Has anything in your life become harder since you've been sober?
Yeah, I think life in general is harder when you're sober, but it's also more rewarding. For me, it's tricky because I got sober so long ago. I was 21. I'm 40 now. I'm 18 years sober. So it's like, it's just how I see things, and my perception is only what's making something hard, is how I'm seeing it. And once I got sober, I realized that my perception is off, and I need to open my mind. And I need to be given like the ability to like have a new experience from something other than me. Becoming successful, trying to do things when you don't realize that like none of it really matters, and the results really aren't up to you, and like that, then all that stuff sort of becomes easy. So the more sober time I have, the more work I put in, the easier things get. But initially, everything's harder. Yeah, I mean, that's like the hardest thing. I mean, that's what we deal with every day, is like just trying to convince people to shut the door on these people, on that person. You have to tell that person, I'm not okay with you drinking, using, with you doing whatever X. And as long as you continue to have a relationship with that person while they're doing that thing, you're enabling them. So you're a part of the problem. I know it's fucked up, it's hard, and I don't do this perfectly either. Like, and if someone's not ready to get sober, like there's really not a whole lot you can do to get them sober. But you don't want to like contribute to the problem. So what you should do is really just tell them, I'm not down with you doing this, and I'm not fucking with you till you stop. And that's what my friends did to me, and that's really what ended up getting me sober.
Why is it important to learn to lose?
Learning to lose, I think, is like the most important thing, because obviously in life you're gonna lose 9 times before you win. You have to lose to like figure out the game. And if you're not okay with losing, you're gonna like give up before you even figure out what it is you're fucking playing. Accepting loss, not even as like a bad thing, but like as a opportunity to learn and grow. So the brand name literally is like provoking like this thought process, which I think is good for humanity, you know? It also kind of sounds a little punk rock, like learning to lose, like what? Like I'm a gentleman loser, like that's a cool Steely Dan lyric, and like there's a lot of cool losers are like punk rock. I'm okay with losers. I'd actually rather fuck with the loser than the winner, you know?
What makes you happy?
Art, for sure. Art and witnessing like greatness and like artistic greatness, it really like fulfills me. But also just like laughing with my friends, and watching art with friends.
When are you most inspired?
After like, or during the consummation of art. You know, like consuming great art inspires me. You know, it's funny because I have a sober living, right? And I'm this guy online with a wife who's married, but really like I'm an artist. I don't know if that sounds cliche or whatever, but I'm alive because of art and because of my ability to be creative. And this whole journey I'm embarking on really is like it's performance art. It really is. It's my truest, most authentic version of me. Also, it's really scary. So as long as you're in fear a little bit and you're not too safe, like David Bowie was talking about that, like, and also you're being honest, like you're doing great art. And now I'm just sort of trying to channel like something that will like help and inspire another human being without any like illusions in front of it.
If you could ask God one question, what would it be?
The question that I would love to ask God is, do humans really have free will? Because I'm not sure we do. Because every single thing that happens to us, which we have no control over, is what makes us who we are. So when we go to make a decision, where are we really going? We're going into our brain, which has chemicals and genetic makeup that we have no control over, and we're making a decision based on collective influence, who taught us what resonated, what didn't, none of which we have control over. So therefore, none of us really have free. I mean, look, I'm able to make a decision in this moment, but it's based on a bunch of shit I don't have control over. Therefore, you can't be mad at me for being who I am, right? Therefore, none of us should be mad at anyone, right? Therefore, like, we don't need to be resentful. We don't need to be angry. We just need to immediately go to like compassion, understanding, and also like maybe this person's beyond help. Because the amount of time and energy we put into changing people from bad to good, which is really what we're doing, because everyone that comes in here, they don't have a moral compass. They're kind of bad. But the question is, like, do we have free will? Because if we do, whoa, now we're like evil, good, evil. These people are bad. They're my enemy. It's really a bad thing. I think it's really a bad situation we're in.
What is something you need to do before you die?
You know, what's funny is the first thing I thought of was shoot heroin. But I'm like I'm not saying that I want to do that or that I'm going to do that. That's just what my fucking alcoholic shrimp brain just thought about. Because it probably would be the best feeling ever. With the exception of that, like, I don't know, maybe like an orgy with like Scarlett Johansson or something. I don't know. I've pretty much done everything I want to do. I'm going to have a kid. I'm having a kid in 2 months, so that's like it. That's the only thing I want to do.
What have you learned from opening a sober living?
Oh, what I've learned from opening a sober living is just really how big of a problem this is, you know, and also sort of like how much this is related to like all human problems. Like this issue of wanting to feel better because we're not strong enough to walk through this pain, whatever it is, and also like how important this industry is and can be for like helping humans like grow and like be better, you know, because I think AA is like the greatest movement of the 20th century. What we're doing is we're trying to address the behavioral issues, right? So I guess that's just like therapy, really. Go to therapy.
What is grace?
Grace is like holding space. It's like forgiveness. For me and what we're dealing with, grace kind of is like accept that like hurt people are gonna like hurt people, and then now when you see someone hurt you, it's okay, like they're hurt. Like give them grace. The way I was given grace when I was out hurting people.
Share with me one fun fact.
One fun fact about this house, Graceland, it used to be a porno house. No one knows that. That's crazy. Yeah, they used to shoot porns here. And we've actually had people come here to do my podcast who've said, damn, I've shot here before, which is crazy.
What are your thoughts on forgiveness?
My thoughts on forgiveness are like, it's everything. It's so important. What does it say in the Bible? Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who's trespassed against us. Forgiveness is fucking everything. Honestly, it's got me in trouble with my wife. I let people come back into my life who burned me because I have grace because whatever I just said. But then my wife's like, dude, you need to not let this person back in your life because they keep hurting you, and then like that hurts me. So it's hard.
How do you set boundaries?
I don't have any fucking boundaries. I mean, I have some. I'm learning to have more. But it's hard for me. I set boundaries with the help of my wife, and also just like, actually lately I've been not needing everyone's approval so much that I'm okay with just like being like, okay, you know what, me and that person just don't click, and like, that's okay, and they've burned me this many times, so I'm not gonna go out and like seek. But honestly, bro, any of these people that I have boundaries with, right? The people that have shown me who they really are, and I need to kind of, if any one of them were to be like, yo, I'm sorry I fucked up, let me like fucking work for you again, I probably would cave. Not even just like, let me be your friend. Like, let me work, like, let me get all involved and mixed up in your life again. And everything in this house is we're so open and honest, and I'm mixing friends and family and business, and it's just all one big jambalaya. So like, I don't know where the boundaries. Me and my wife are just like, we talk about everything, and we were open for a while. I don't know, like what are boundaries? Like what would that be? What would be a good example? Maybe I'm not thinking of some that I... That's good.
That's it.